Trying to make him miss. There you go. Better press him. Better press him. Better spread, press him. Go. There you go. I'm CJ Spiller. As a player, I was a running back, kickoff returner, and punt returner. And now I'm the running backs coach here at Clemson.
Yeah, we don't have enough time in the coaches show to really do CJ Spiller justice. I mean, CJ is, everybody calls him CJ Swinney. But CJ, I mean, I just have a special relationship with him. I mean, really more like a father-son. I truly I love all my players. Man, CJ, like Taj Boyd, was one of those first people to really believe in me.
It's just one of those things where I'd have known him since I was like 16, 17 years old. And, our interaction just always just been very transparent, just very honest with each other. And he definitely gave fatherly wisdom and advice over the course of my life. With me having a son now, I can just look at somebody and they know what that look mean. And I think now with him, he didn't get very many opportunities to yell at me as a player. And so now on the other end, he kind of get to do that now. And so I just take it in stride, but man, just so awesome to have a father figure like that in my life, a man of integrity, a man of character, and someone that's gonna be honest with you and very truthful with you, and that you can go to him and talk about anything. And to have that is really has been tremendous.
The preposterous nature of him to recruit you at that time, with you being such a highly touted recruit, him doing what he's doing at the time, what about him or what about Clemson made you even consider? Because it seemed like from the accounts that I've heard and read that he was kind of surprised that you wanted to even take a visit at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't know nothing about Clemson. I knew of Clemson just because I grew up a Florida State fan, and obviously they played each other, and then you always hear about the Bowden Bowl, so I knew of the football team, but nothing about the program. And ironically, I had a high school teammate who was already committed to Clemson, so I used to always see Coach Swinney come, through our facility, come to practice, watch us. And so that's kind of where some of the foundation of our, conversation started. Just him coming through and him just being open and honest. And, one of my best friends, Andrew Zhao, who played at Alabama, played quarterback there. I just called him because they was recruiting me at the time. And so I just called him and just asked him, hey, are they seriously recruiting me or are they just checking the box? He said, hey, they really not recruiting. And I had to kind of establish that relationship with Coach Swinney. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this visit to Clemson. And that's literally how I end up on a visit to Clemson. Just because of, his alma mater didn't feel like I was, I guess you could say, worthy of getting, really recruited. And it's just one of those things, what I was looking for in the school was the perfect match for what Clemson provided.
He was my first 5-star recruit. He was my first, first rounder. He was my first Pro Bowler. He's my first college football Hall of Famer. He's my first Ring of Honor guy. CJ is just a cornerstone of Clemson football.
What is it like for you, or in that moment, to be such a foundational piece of the program, and it almost didn't happen, but the fact that you can be that for a program?
I mean, it was overwhelming, just because the people that knows me, they know that I'm not a big emotional person when it comes to shedding tears. And leading up to that moment, I always told myself I'm not gonna cry. But when you see your name unveiled on the stadium, it just takes me back to just my childhood memories and the conversations that honestly I had with my grandmother. What she always told me is that you just never know who's watching you, and you always have to do a great job of carrying yourself in the right way. Not that you're perfect, not that I'm perfect, but I just always wanted to try to carry myself in the right way and to really bring great recognition to my family.
He is an amazing father, he's an amazing husband, And, you know, he went off and did his thing for 8 or 9 years. And the cool thing about him is he came back here every year. CJ would come back. And so I wasn't surprised when he got done. CJ could do a lot of things, but he really wanted to just get back to the game, and he wanted to use his gifts that he had to teach.
You know what, honestly, that all started during my recruitment, because I went to my the Miami visit, and that was really, I guess, the theme back in the 90s and early 2000s, and that's what they talked about on my visit, was how all their former players would come back and train and be around the program so the younger guys can see, and to be able to pour wisdom into those guys and to share some of the experience that you had, to let those guys have opportunity, hopefully one day to be able to do the same thing. On a personal thing, it was just, before I always went back to training camp, that was, Coach Swinney was probably one of my last stops that I had. And we would just literally just, sometimes we'll be at his lake house, sometimes he'll be at his Clemson home, and we'll just have fatherly and son conversations about, hey, what you envision. And those conversations was awesome for me before I went to training camp, because it gave me a true perspective. Okay, this is what I need to do this year. And so that's why I always came back.
CJ is buttoned up in every area of his life. He was an elite player, but he's an elite man. There's a tremendous amount of discipline in his room, a tremendous amount of respect, and he just commands and demands a love of Clemson and a work ethic that you know he exemplified.
First of all, you're a man before you're a football player. Football is just something that you do, right? You know, a man is who you are. And now with me being married and having kids, I just try to be an example to those guys, because I know one day they are going to cross that bridge where they're going to become married and they're going to become fathers. And hopefully, by the way that I live my life and the way that I can carry myself, I can be an example to them. For when that day comes, they can fall back on some of those experiences they had, or some of those things that they seen while they was here, you know, up under my vision. And I just tell them, is, to me, I take great pride until when a parent hands that baton off, because that's a huge responsibility and trust factor that they're giving me, and I don't take that lightly. And so I'm going to treat them just like if they were my own sons.
And he's really instilled that into his players. So I love his entire family. I'm so thankful for him, and just really cool for me to be doing life with CJ at 37 years of age. You know, a kid I first saw when he was 17, so here we are 20 years later, and I've got a picture of me and CJ. He was the MVP of that game. He's now my running backs coach, and also in the picture is Tyler Grisham, who's my receiver coach. So really cool to, at this point, still be doing life with those guys. And there's just a deep understanding of who we are, and I'm just thankful that he's in my life.